close till I get up. Time is barely.
Yo, what is going on, guys? So as you saw from the intro, my handstand all the way back in like 2014 was not the best, but my handstand now in 2018 is incredible. And I'm actually on carpet right now. I'll show you guys. I'm on carpet, and getting your grip on carpet is incredibly hard. So if you can do a handstand on carpet, you can do a handstand basically anywhere. So how did I go about learning how to do a handstand? How did I manifest myself to this position to how I learned how to do the handstand? When I first started, I kind of just jumped straight into it. I'm like, yo, I want to do a handstand. And I remember my family, we actually went to a cabin, and this cabin was in the woods. It was scary, it was dark, it was horrible. But I remember going outside one day and I'm like, hey, I want to learn how to do a handstand. So I spent hours on end. This was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I spent hours all the way up until like 7 o'clock in the night practicing this handstand. My hands, my wrists were horrible. They were broken, they were shattered, they were horrible. And honestly, me spending all that time practicing how to do a handstand, it didn't benefit me whatsoever. It may have strengthened my back, but I wasn't really understanding how the handstand works. I was just hopping straight into it. So if you want to properly learn how to execute the handstand, I have a few tips for you, and I'm going to tell you what worked for me that will work for you. Always stretch your wrist. Your wrist flexibility is an incredible thing. When you're hopping into the handstand, you always want to be able to bend that wrist, bend it the other way. So make sure you're warming up your wrist. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, when you're in the handstand, make sure your fingers are gripping the ground like somebody just took your bacon and like it's in your plate and you don't want them to take any more. Just grip it. Just put your hand over it. My next tip, make sure when you go into the handstand, a lot of people automatically just push their hands up, but they're not extending those shoulders, getting themselves off the ground. So when you're in a handstand, you don't want to be like this. You want to be like this. You want your back extended. So in this clip right here, here's my shoulders not retracted. Here are my shoulder blades fully extended outwards. So make sure you're fully extending your shoulders. You can hold this for a bit. Whenever you guys are doing a handstand in general, you do want to make sure that you are controlling every aspect of your movement. You don't want to just be flinging yourself left and right. Control everything. So if you're kipping up onto the wall, make sure you're kipping up with control. You're going slowly, kipping up, slowly coming back down, slowly going up, slowly going back down. And what this is doing is teaching your body how to effectively execute this. So make sure you practice it. Practice, practice, practice. Trust me, it's a slow progress, but progress is progress. Better than no progress whatsoever. Anyways, so keep practicing that kip up, keep practicing it, keep practicing it, keep practicing it until you feel comfortable kicking up straight into it. My next tip for you, this might be my last tip, I'm not sure. If you're going into the handstand, make sure you stretch your entire body. Because when you're in this handstand, your entire body is in motion. Your back is in motion, your forearm is in motion, your bicep is in motion, your deltoids are in motion, your lats are in motion, and your traps are in motion. Even a bit of your legs, because you have to stable your legs while you're up there. So when you hop into this handstand, make sure you place your legs together. So a lot of people instantly place their legs apart because they feel like that's going to give them more balance. But when you keep those two joints, your two ankles together, that's going to give you so much more center of balance. Okay, those are my few tips. There's not much to the handstand other than practice, practice, practice. Because practice doesn't make perfect. Anyways, I hope you're productive today. Hope you're better today than you were yesterday. I hope you guys continue to improve every single day. Anyways, have an amazing day, guys.
I know that you like it like that. I wear designer, check the name on the tag. White fox fur on my jacket. Excuse me, that's a